Guys, Marsinger here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so, as you know by now, I'm sure the fan meetup stream for Dokkan happened earlier today, and we got a bunch of information about the anniversary, including, of course, the two headliners and their card arts, being Super Saiyan Gogeta that transforms into Blue Gogeta and Super Saiyan Broly that transforms into Full Power Broly. So I did a video earlier on today talking about them as the picks, showing off like the login card, talking about the theme of the anniversary, which is just Dragon Ball Super in general, which funnily enough is something that we did talk about on the latest episode of the Slot 1 Super podcast. Shout out to that every Friday. Come check it out on my channel. But yeah, we have some extra little tidbits here. Some of the stuff is stuff that Goresh directly translated from the stream that he'd not seen other people mention, so he compiled it all into a handy little thread. And then the other one is some tweets from our boy Air Dokkan, shout out to him, that are retweets of a Japanese player that was at the fan meetup, and some little bits of information that they gave as well. So I wanted to present that all here in a video, just in case any of you have missed it. I know plenty of you guys out there have told me you don't use Twitter and stuff like that, so we'll share some of that information here. So here are the card arts, slightly better than what we showed in the earlier video. They've basically just been upscaled using like one of those upscaler programs, so they're obviously not full super like true HD art, but for now they are better quality than the ones that we got to see earlier. I really like the Broly one. And then we do have a clip. If we switch over to this is their actual LR art of the second forms. So you can see Broly is doing the big like beam attack, which is part of his super as the physical full power Broly already anyway. And then interestingly enough, from the pose, it seems like Gogeta is actually doing like some sort of like final flash Kamehameha combo type thing, right? Because I don't think, obviously we know the active skill from the STR LR, the way he charges up like the final Kamehameha is different. So that is very interesting and cool to see. The animations look super good. Very much can't wait to see these in the game. So let's take a look at Goresh's thread here. So just finished watching the fan meeting stream. Here are a few things you might have missed. So the first one, obviously the theme is Super. It says, however, this doesn't mean that everything will involve stuff from Dragon Ball Super. There may be other interpretations of Super that they use to decide on content to implement during the celebration. So it's interesting because, like, what does that mean? Now, one of the things that I know people talked about in the lead up because of the different teasers that we got was that the technically Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F are not Super movies, right? They are technically Dragon Ball Z movies. They have the Z in the title and everything. So I wonder if technically this could allude to this, right? Because they did retell those arcs in Super, the anime, but they were different in certain parts, right? So this could mean that those two movies are still included. Otherwise, I'm not really too sure what it means. It would be a great dream if, where it says like other interpretations of Super, they're talking about the manga, but of course, as we know at this point, due to licensing and stuff, it's pretty much the case that they're not allowed to use manga only stuff in games. No games have manga only stuff, it's not just Dokkan, but that's an interesting one. So I guess once we finally have seen what all the parts of the celebration are, it'll be interesting to look back at this point and wonder what this actually did mean. Then we have the background of the base Gogeta login bonus character is Shenron in the shape of a 9. I feel like that's very noticeable just from looking at the card, but I guess some people may not have noticed it. There'll be a random login bonus during the countdown campaign. I think Toon mentioned it in the stream that I was in, watching the stream. A bunch of stones and some tickets or something, I think. And then STR UI Goku will be getting an Easy A before the anniversary starts during the countdown. So this is very interesting. That means his Easy A is going to be coming out sometime within the next week, which is super exciting. Obviously, you know, when the details for that come out, I'll make a video about it. Once it's available on the private server, I'll do a showcase for it. Very excited to see what they do for STR UI Goku, but that means he is coming before the anniversary starts, which is very exciting. Number 5, the phrasing that Omatsu used to describe the Gogeta and Broly can transform slightly implies that they transform via their passive skills and not active skills. He says transform when conditions are met, but there's no confirmation of this. Obviously, active skills can't be used until certain conditions are met, so it could just be in relation to that. Honestly, I think what most people are hoping for, because these units are transforming, is just that they will be very easy to get transformations. So if it's like the 5-year LRs and they just transform like on turn 4, then obviously that would be very, very good, right? And I think that would definitely ease a lot of people's fears about actually getting those transformations and seeing Blue Gogeta and Full Power Broly. So Amatsu acknowledges the fact that they haven't released a Full Power Broly since the movie first released, so he hopes that all Broly fans are pleased with the character selection. I mean, I can't speak for all Broly fans, but yes, absolutely. It's very cool that we're finally having an Extreme unit headlining an anniversary again, and it makes sense for it to be Broly, right? Broly is a Saiyan, is a very popular character, so him being the headliner for the anniversary, I think he deserves it, right? The Dragon Ball Super movie, the Broly movie when it came out, was like talked about by people all over, even people like not super into anime, all sorts of sites were covering it and everything like that. So Broly definitely deserves it, I think, and Broly versus Blue Gogeta is a hype pick for part 1 of the anniversary as far as I am concerned. 7. Gogeta has the new skill, Target Focus. So this is the ability that we talked about recently, right? Like the new mechanic where you draw all the enemy attacks onto you. That's going to be awesome. There's a couple of moments in the fight with Broly where Gogeta is very like taunting of him, so obviously it's going to be, I assume, at one of those moments, and then he draws all the attacks onto him, and then we would imagine he's either going to have some sort of guard or dodge like sort of ability. Very, very exciting to see how that actually pans out, like in execution. So he has the new ability, and it means that the Broly, I guess, doesn't, right? Because it confirms they're saying Gogeta has it, Broly doesn't. Because if Broly has like a domain, like the Shatter Dimension or something like that, that would be really cool. And then I wonder if that means that one of the Part 2 LRs is then also going to get that Target Focus ability, potentially Beast Gohan or whoever it is going to be, right? And then number 8, a new Dokkan commercial will air to coincide with the televising of the Broly movie next week. So the Broly movie is going to be shown on television in Japan. I'm assuming because it says televising, it means on television. I don't know if it'll be streamed somewhere as well, but it'll be on TV in Japan. And during that showing, there will be a new advert for Dokkan, basically. So I wonder if we'll see that advert then starting to pop up on like YouTube and stuff like that. So very, very interesting little bits of information there from Goresh. And then we have this info from Air Dokkan from this user here, Susie Dokkan. So some of the things that they mentioned at the fan meetup that weren't shown in the stream, they plan to announce the basically what we've been calling, like a lot of people have been calling EZA2, because this is just the direct translation from like Google Translate, right? So even above Extreme Z Awakening. It's probably not what it's going to be called when it gets its actual English name, but they plan to announce it in the near future, so that's super exciting. I mean, all of this stuff, right? This basically confirms what we've been saying for a while now. Dokkan isn't going anywhere after the 10th anniversary, right? The roadmap leads up to the 10th anniversary. That's where they're going to be fully syncing the games, or at least that's what we seem to be is intended. Then going to start bringing out like EZA 2, maybe sometime this year. So Dokkan ain't going anywhere. PvP content is not planned to be implemented. Good. We don't want that in Dokkan. Go play Legends if you want a Dragon Ball PvP game. I do want some sort of co-op or guilds or something like that. I think would be really cool. But I don't like PvP in gachas. It just turns them into pay to win. Like, you know, imagine getting paired up against Truth in PvP. Like, unless you're on a similar sort of whale level, you know. So PvP gachas are definitely not for me. I think Dokkan is fine without it. But again, some sort of co-op or something I think would be nice. But no PvP, we don't want it. Survey on whether you would like to use pre-awakening illustrations. So this is something interesting that people have talked about for ages, right? If you prefer the SSR art for a card, actually being able to switch it so it is the SSR art. If it means that, then obviously that's very interesting. Also with like your profile in your menu where it shows your power level, you have to use the card art as it is. So if you reverse one of your cards, you can have the SSR art, but then obviously if you want to use them in an event, you have to reawaken them, and then your profile picture changes. That's why I kept one of the extra SSRs of Super Saiyan 3 Rose that I pulled from the Heroes banner, and he's literally just in my box so I can use him for the profile picture. So hopefully it could be led into that as well. And then there's a little extra reply here. Also, they showed a portion of Broly and Gogeta's animations. Now, one of the other things I saw this person account saying, I haven't got the tweet here, I couldn't see it again, but they did confirm that apparently they were told that the animations are actually not finished, and what they were seeing was like a preview. But there is this other tweet here. As we already know, it was forbidden to take photos of the content shown on site. However, the players present at the event assure us that Gogeta seems to have many original and excellent quality animations. So that is very, very exciting. Dokkan original animations for Gogeta. Very, very hype. people were saying that, you know, with the Dokkan Fest X Carnival thing, Gogeta being Carnival is like a massive L because Carnival LRs aren't as good or whatever, but hopefully this is going to be pretty much confirmation that will not be the case, right? Like, it's an anniversary Gogeta. You know they're going to cook with him. And apparently he's going to have original animations as well. So this is all very, very exciting. So a lot of new news about the anniversary, all summed up from the fan meetup live stream. Hopefully we'll find out more as the countdown goes on. And as we find out about things like the STR UI, EZA and things like that, I will of course keep you guys up to date. So let me know if you're excited. What of these aspects of the anniversary, if any, were you not aware of? What has you the most excited? Let me know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.